The holographic projection flickered to life in the center of the Interstellar Academy's main lecture hall, interrupting Professor Vex's lesson on quantum diplomacy. Every student froze as the towering figure of General Krax materialized before them, 7 feet of scaled muscle, adorned in the crimson armor of the Draconite Empire. Humans, his voice boomed through the hall like thunder across metal. Your species claims to possess courage. I challenge your strongest warrior to single combat. Send anyone you dare. Elsa didn't even blink, while her classmates erupted into panicked whispers and several alien students activated their emergency beacons. She simply set down her stylus and studied the general with calm, analytical eyes. The projection was impressive military grade, capable of full sensory transmission. This wasn't a recording. General Krax was watching them right now, wherever he was broadcasting from. This is unprecedented, Professor Vex stammered, his tentacles quivering with agitation. General, this is a place of learning, not silence. Krax's eyes blazed with amber fire. For 3 cycles, humanity has sat on the Galactic Council, claiming equality with species who have mastered the stars for millennia. Today I prove you are nothing but soft creatures hiding behind treaties and technology. Jackson leaned toward Elsa from his seat beside her, his blue eyes wide with concern. Elsa, we need to evacuate. Protocol 7 states, Protocol 7 is for actual threats, she murmured, still watching Krax. This is theater. Jackson's voice cracked slightly. He's challenging us to combat. Elsa stood, smoothing her academy uniform with practiced grace. Around her, students gasped. Even Professor Vex's skin flushed purple with shock. Miss Elsa, sit down immediately, the professor urged. This is a matter for security forces and diplomatic channels. General Krax, Elsa's voice cut through the chaos like a blade through silk. I accept your challenge. The hall fell into absolute silence. Even the general seemed momentarily caught off guard, his reptilian features freezing mid-sneer. Krax recovered quickly, his laugh harsh and mocking. A human child. I have destroyed warriors across 50 worlds. I have led armies that conquered star systems. And you think I think you're stalling? Elsa interrupted calmly. You issued a challenge. Send anyone, you said. I'm anyone, so either accept or admit you're afraid of a human girl. Jackson grabbed her arm. Elsa, what are you doing? He'll kill you. She patted his hand reassuringly without breaking eye contact with the general. No, he won't. Because this isn't about combat, it's about optics. Krax's eyes narrowed dangerously. You dare question my honor. I question your intelligence if you think anyone here believes this is real. Elsa replied. You're broadcasting to an academy, not a military installation. You want headlines, not bloodshed. Mighty general defeats unarmed student. That's not the propaganda victory you're hoping for, is it? The general's claws flexed, scraping against his armor with a metallic screech that made several students flinch. But Elsa stood perfectly still, her posture relaxed, her expression serene. You think you're clever, human, Krax growled. I think I'm observant, Elsa corrected. This whole display interrupting a classroom, the dramatic entrance, the grand challenge. It's designed to make humans look weak and cowardly. Either we refuse and you call us afraid, or we send a trained soldier and you get your fight. But there's a third option you didn't consider. And what is that? Elsa smiled, a small, knowing curve of her lips that somehow made her look far older than her 19 years. Send someone who understands that true strength isn't about who can hit hardest. Jackson was on his feet now too. Elsa, please, your mate is wise to fear for you. Krax interrupted, misreading the situation entirely. Withdraw while you still can. He's not my mate, he's my friend, Elsa said patiently. And he's not afraid for me, he's afraid I'm going to embarrass you so badly that it'll start an interstellar incident. Professor Vex made a strangled sound. Half the class looked ready to faint. But Elsa simply clasped her hands behind her back and continued. Here's what's going to happen, General. You're going to issue the formal terms of your challenge. I'm going to accept. And then, when we meet wherever you want, under whatever conditions you choose, I'm going to talk to you. Just talk. And if you can kill an unarmed woman who's only speaking to you, then the entire galaxy will see exactly what kind of warrior the great General Krax really is. The silence that followed was deafening. Krax stared at her, his amber eyes burning with something that might have been rage or might have been respect. It was hard to tell with draconite expressions. You would stand before me, weaponless, and simply talk unless you're afraid of words. General, for a long moment, nothing happened. Then, slowly, Krax began to laugh, a deep, rumbling sound that shook the holographic projection. You are either the bravest human I've encountered or the most foolish, he said finally. Very well. 3 days hence, on neutral ground at the Meridian Station, you and I will meet, and we shall see if your words are as strong as you believe." The projection winked out. The hall erupted into chaos, but Elsa simply sat back down and picked up her stylus as if nothing had happened. Jackson collapsed into his seat beside her, his face pale. "Have you lost your mind?" "Probably," Elsa admitted, making a notation in her but someone had to call his bluff. What if it wasn't a bluff? She glanced at him, her eyes soft but certain. "Then I'll find the right word. I always do." Professor Vex approached their desk, his tentacles still trembling. "Miss Elsa, you understand this could start a war, or prevent one," she replied quietly. "Isn't that what diplomacy is really about, Professor? Finding the third option when everyone else only sees two." Jackson shook his head, but a small smile tugged at his lips. "You're absolutely insane." "Maybe," Elsa agreed, returning her attention to her notes. "But I didn't flinch." And in that moment, everyone in the hall knew they had just witnessed something remarkable, not a warrior's challenge, but a diplomat's first true battle. 3 days would tell if Elsa's courage was genius or madness, but she had never been one to back down from either.